Good morning from Montrose Old and St Andrew's Church, and welcome to our short thought for the day. Most of us would like to think that we wouldn't do anyone any harm, perhaps even that we would try to do others some good when we get the chance. But if we're being honest, we know that it doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes we even manage to hurt someone when we're doing our best to help them. Peter fell into that trap. He thought he was doing the right thing as he warned Jesus not to go to Jerusalem, fearing, rightly, that it would mean certain death. What he didn't see was that Jesus' death was right at the heart of God's plan for the salvation of the world. Life was tough enough for Jesus without his best friend trying to get him to avoid the very reason that he'd been born. Reminiscent of his 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness, Jesus sees in Peter's words the temptation to turn his back on God's plan and save himself. That explains his rather harsh rebuke to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan." He went on to say how we need to be willing to deny ourselves, take up our cross, and follow him. We can contribute nothing to our salvation. Jesus did all that by his own death. Nor do we earn points with God by being harsh on ourselves. But the Christian faith does assume that having been loved and forgiven by Jesus, we follow him. We put others before our own interests and his above all. It's not a perverse kind of making life awkward, miserable, or difficult for ourselves. It doesn't mean that we can't enjoy life. Jesus is saying that true human life, as God intended, is based on following Jesus, living out his love and self-giving, thinking of others and their well-being, and putting their interests before our own. And he gives us the ability, the love, the grace to do that. The result is that we get to share his love with others, and we and they get to enjoy life in all its fullness, now and forever. Yes, sometimes that will be tough, but it will be fulfilling. Following Jesus can be a challenge, but it is rewarding in the deepest way possible. Spending to Save is the title I gave to this week's sermon. Nothing to do with economics, but spending our lives for the sake of our sisters and brothers, and ultimately for Jesus' sake, in order that we might save them. That is God's true purpose for us, and the best deal for us all. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe. May the Lord bless you. Amen.